Testing, testing. Okay, sorry about that. I had to put my headphones on. All right, guys. Good morning again. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of Guard Capital. Glad to be with you this morning and every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the YouTube channel. It is November 7th on a Tuesday, 2023. Glad to be with you. Uh, Thank you for telling me the audio is off. I totally forgot when I did the last video. You kind of have to do with OBS back and forth in terms of the audio input. So I put my AirPods on this morning. It's a lot easier to work that way. I can listen to music. It doesn't matter. Back to work. Volatility index 1502, up 0.087%. Dollar index is up 0.45%. NASDAQ is up 17 points. Dow is down 68. I don't know if I said that already. S&P and Russell are flat. The yields, 10-year yields, down 4.61% on a 10-year basis. That is the level currently. Crude oil continues to break down. It is below the 100-day moving average of around 81.67. I placed a note with our futures team. It's down about $1.55 right now, so kind of shortening the shoe. The good news is that we don't have any crude oil inventories. That's tomorrow. Maybe we can go ahead and trade it today. I want to target that 200-day moving average. We'll take a look at it as well rather quickly. Let me bring up crude oil for my futures guys. All right, let's go to the daily because I have it here on the right side of the monitor. All right, so again, we're below the 100-day, so that's fine. $1.51, but we kind of missed that move. That happened overnight. We closed below it. Wish I would have shorted it afterwards, but I didn't. We are near some support here of around 78.51. My target is 78.24. That is your 200-day. The issue I have is that the RR isn't the best if we're playing between these two zones. So I want to see if we can get back to 80. If we can get back to 80, we can short there if it holds and use 81.61 as our resistance or our stop, which is right around 160 points. But then we gain about 220. So at least the RR is positive. It isn't the best, but we could start sliding it. Let's see if we can get above 80 this morning. Give us an opportunity to short it today. And we could target that 200-day. So let's go ahead and place the alert there. All right, gasoline futures down 1.84%, $2.19. Gold futures 1973 down about 0.75%, 22.69 for silver. That's down. Again, this is all the dollar being higher. $3.66 for copper. That's red as well, 1%. Dollar yen, been trying to find an entry for that. It's just been very volatile. 150.61. That's up 53 pips. 106.73 down 43 pips for the dollar, euro dollar. A dollar Canadian dollar up 0.39% at 52 pips to the upside. Pound dollar is down 45 pips. 34,980 for Bitcoin. That's down about 1%. 1884 for Ethereum. That's down about 1.31%. Let's go ahead. Good morning. Good morning. When I see GM, I always think of General Motors, but it does mean good morning. Let's take a look at Apple puts from Ryan. Hope he's having a nice morning. Hope everyone else is as well. Thank you, Elias, for telling me that the sound was off. Really appreciate that. You guys are my eyes and ears, literally. Let's take a look here on the 4-hour. We are breaking above on Apple. Apple's showing a little bit of resilience here. Let's see if we could break above 180 so we can get to 182.34. We could do the 182.50s. So let's get above 180 first. But again, it is a breakout here of this downward trend. So that's a really good sign. Remember, the earnings print was as high as 181.86. So that's what we'll be looking for if we're getting above 180 today. Your target is 182.34. You do the 182.50s. More than likely, it's going to have volume. All you're targeting is this next resistance. If you break out of it, then those 182.50s are definitely going to gain because you also have a gap to fill at 189. So Apple needs to be in our radar, guys, moving forward. Good call there, but I don't think puts here. The only way I would say puts are possible or an option for Apple would be below 176.57. But again, with that settlement of that breakout there yesterday, it had a decent day. We're targeting 181, the 182 level. That's your 786. You do have that 100-day there. So again, that might be a little bit of resistance there. But we'll keep an eye if we break above 180 today. Let's take a look at the other one, QQQ puts. QQQ is bouncing. It is right there at that trend line. So the question is, does it reverse? Does it break? Microsoft is helping. Amazon is helping. We talked about those two names that have been outperforming. We got into Microsoft again. Let's take a look at that this morning, guys. We also have the 360 calls on Microsoft. They're about to be in the money. So that's awesome. Great work. Very similar pattern to Apple. the way I had it was that it was just a complete breakout of that trend line. Same deal, but Microsoft was ahead of the game. This was the setup that I love. Just continuation breakout. Again, just want momentum. Microsoft being the outperforming the S&P and the NASDAQ. 360 is definitely in play. I have 366 as the next target, but again, if we catch it today, we'll just go ahead and leave a runner like we did with DraftKings. Speaking of DraftKings, we went ahead and talked about this on Sunday. We had a watch list, the AMD, DraftKings, again, 34.49, target 35.37. So let's take a look at that rather quickly. And you can see now, again, it is up pre-market, 35.15. We had 35 calls. Beautiful move. I wanted the 37 calls because that's my target, but there wasn't a lot of volume there. So as you know, let me see if I can bring this up here. We also sent this out. If I can bring this up profile. This is Gar Capital's Twitter. And you could see 21 hours ago. I'm going to click that. See if I can bring this up here. 11:07 a.m., November 6, 2023. Again, you can see that we sent it at 11:03. Right at 10:59 is where we sent those 35 calls on DraftKings. And you could see that, oh man, Discord has been having some issues lately. Got as high as 38. You can see the runner, 200%. I'm still holding that runner. That's in the money for this week, the 33. So DraftKings has done very well. Again, it's part of our list of the names that we've done very well on. Again, this is not surprising. We stick to the ones that we know, stick to the ones that have worked for us. DraftKings, Microsoft being okay, but we'll catch Microsoft today. That should boost our numbers for 2023 in terms of trading that name. Let's see here, another question. Tesla. Tesla's part of the watch list too. Let's take a look at it. So Tesla, I have an alert below 212.41 for a breakdown to target the 200s. If we break 229.21, I'm taking a look at this gap fill here, 241. That is your daily gap fill right here. So we need to get above 229.21. You're right there testing that 20-day moving average. Again, we're just going to wait for one alert to hit or the other. What's your thought on AMD calls 114 or 115? NXPI reported earnings today, so that brought back a little bit yesterday, excuse me. And so they missed. No, they didn't miss. I think they beat, but the stock is down after hours. We want to break those recent highs on AMD, 113.39. If we do, we're taking a look at the 115 calls around this zone here, 115 to around 115 to 116, 116 being R. That's what we're looking for. So wait for 113.39 to break. You can see that very similar trend line break that we had on Apple as well. So Apple's going to be on the watch list. I still have Mara, but again, that was in the money yesterday. It's a very volatile name. We know the drill with these high growth beta names. It's a Bitcoin proxy. Dollar's up. Bitcoin is dragging it down, dragging Mara down. We know, but you could see that we did tag in the money. We have the $10 put calls. Let's see if we can retest there. It's going to have to take a little bit of patience. We've traded this many times before. We do have earnings on Wednesday, so let's see if we can get a little bit of a bid into that as well. So in terms of AMD, I like the 115 calls if it breaks my level. That's really what I'm looking for. But Microsoft, guys, again, we'll take that this morning. That puts, if we catch it, again, we've had this discussion before, 10 in a row. That's where we are, 10 in a row so far. We went ahead and put that out yesterday. DraftKings, again, I'm still holding, but I gave everyone the option, 30% in the money, got as high as 38. Really, the idea is for anyone who wants to choose to get out, they just take their money and run because we've seen so many reversals. We've done puts and calls the last 10 in a row. If we get Microsoft, that'll be 11. That will tie us for the second best streak of 2023 trading options. That was back in February. So we're right now at the 10th spot, 10 in a row. The best that we had all year was in July, 21 in a row. Let's see if we can get there together. So let's see if November can get us going. So far, so good. Good start. And we'll see where we go moving forward. So I'm very excited. Microsoft looked like it's going to go ahead and start us off with a nice day. We'll catch that first thing in the morning. We'll leave a runner and go from there, guys. So, Microsoft and DraftKings kind of hitting the same names over and over. We know where we're going. I still think Microsoft is going to hit all-time highs at 366.78. But again, you have money on the table. You go ahead and take it all day. We're about 50 cents away from in the money now. So good stuff all around. In terms of the market, you get some earnings. We got some Fed speakers. In terms of the S&P 500, you're kind of just holding on to this previous support level, which is now resistance. Is there anything market moving this week that might get us there? We're right there above the 50-day. Let's see if we hold it. Let's see if we get to 4,400 and wait around and see if we break below 4309. But as of right now, even yesterday was pretty quiet. Let's go and take a look at Palantir. Palantir, I have a break alert of 1910. If we break 1910, I'm taking a look at the 20 calls. That's another name that we've done well with, Jay. So we'll keep an eye on Palantir. But this morning, we're going to go ahead and take Microsoft. If you guys still have DraftKings, again, what we talked about on Twitter, and we also put it on Discord as well on the Free Live Market blog. I put those this watch list for you guys on Sunday. And again, we'll send that every week for you guys on Sunday. Again, that's free for everybody. And let me see if I can see it here. New session highs if you played 35 calls with us on DraftKings. So I also gave everyone a heads up when DraftKings broke. See, DraftKings broke. Got a couple of people liking it. So there you go. You're very welcome, Jay. Thanks again for your time, guys. As always, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button if you like these videos. Turn on subscribe to our channel. Turn on notifications if you like these videos. Again, we have 5 videos a week during the week and 1 on the weekend. Plus, Nick does the videos for the Discord every evening with Nick at night. And then we have Nick also doing futures as well. He does that on the weekend. So more content for you guys, more explanations, more discussions, more questions answered. This is what we're about. This is what Gar Capital is all about. So again, thank you again. My apologies on the sound for the headphones. I had to make sure to connect those. Microsoft will take that this morning. DraftKings, if you haven't already, that's up this morning, another 5 cents. Mara, we're going to be patient. Palantir and AMD are on our watch list with Apple. So Apple, Palantir, and AMD, let's make sure to write those levels down. Let's go ahead and review it one more time before the road. Palantir above 1910. I'm keeping an eye for the 20 calls. Get your pen and pad handy. Above 180 on Apple, I'm taking a look at the 182.5 calls. Maybe for next week, maybe for this week, just depending. And of course, AMD above 113.39. I will take a look at the 115 calls. So, I'll do the same with you guys. I'm going to give everyone a chance to write this stuff down. So I have my trading journal. Well, actually, it's my trading almanac. So again, we'll put above 113. Was it 113.39? Target. I'm very old school, pen and paper. So let's make sure we get that on our watch list this morning, guys. So Apple above 180. We're going to target 182.50, and then we got one more Palantir. Palantir above 1910. Target the 20 calls. There you go. All written. All set. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Thanks again for your time. Appreciate you guys as always. Top of the morning to everybody. Let's make it a great Tuesday, and we will see you tomorrow for the next morning note. Cheers all.